YouTube? I am Elwirfy, and today we're going to be playing some more Starcraft 2 Legacy of the Void. This is going to be episode 11 in my 1v1 Terran Starcraft series. Again, I know this series doesn't get as much popularity of views as my other ones, but I wanted to use this more as a teaching game, alright? Now, this is going to be a bit, okay. Maybe I'm building it up too much. Let me just start the game. We're going at faster speed, the normal game speed. So, we're going to be playing against a Protoss here. This is a gold. I'm in gold league. That's my league that I'm in right now.
SCV ready.
Pretty much the average player. I'm an average player. I would consider myself, I'm not a pro. I'm no Day 9, I'm no Idra, no J-Dung, nothing like that. So this is just going to be, I'm going to be trying to do my own thing. I tried to build order earlier and it just didn't work out. So in this game, I'm going to be trying to just relax, chill. Again, this is another relaxing, I'm not following a build order here. And this game isn't even about following a build order. What I'm going to show you is about how to deal with that stubborn player. How do you deal with that? So this is also going to be how to deal with cheese. So yep, right there, you got yourself some good old-fashioned cheese. Again, following my camera. Unfortunately, that wall-off wasn't tight enough. I thought it was. That is a big problem on my part, but as you'll see, I deal with it quite handily. Partly because of his control. I can only build so fast, alright? There's only so much I can do, but I do know tanks are going to be needed. As soon as I see that pylon drop, I'm like, okay, I need tanks. I need to rush my gas. It was good that I had already built gas before. I got a second barracks to just help with the marine count. And what you're going to see is going to be probably the closest I've ever come to losing within the first 3 minutes of the game. So as you can see, I build the wall off, and I'm going to start making marines. I'm just going to do that because you need marines as quick as possible. Sadly, my wall off, the way I position my buildings, I didn't realize he had, because he just goes up and he gets vision and he starts picking off, the supply depot. And as soon as I have enough gas, I build that factory. Factory is going to be essential, and of course I try and kick him off. So that sucks that his probe is there, and then as soon as my supply depot goes down, as you'll see, he's going to build a pylon up there. Now I know how to cannon. Okay, I can do it if I really wanted to. I even have my SCV start attacking, just because of how important this is. And this looks really bad, right? This looks like absolutely horrible. And this guy is probably the cheesiest. This is the cheesiest I've ever had to deal with in a ranked ladder match. All right, this is ranked. And he starts building his cannon, and that's another reason why I built the second barracks. Also, just because my barracks is going to get taken out. I know it's going to get taken out. I build the tech lab going down instantly. That probe, I kill it. I kill the probe, then I realize, okay, let's focus on killing off that pylon. That pylon is going to be the essential target, because if I can kill the pylon, his cannons can't work. And then the tanks will be able to fire from range.
Add-on is done. Doesn't that look fancy?
Now I do still have to kill off all these buildings you're building on the high ground. And I can also know, because I know how cannon rushes work, that there's no second probe. So that means I don't even need to worry about the pylon in the back of my base. I can just go ahead and start making it. As soon as I take out the high ground, I'll be able to kill it off. So this is how you deal with the cannon rush. Not the best way to do it, to deal with it, but it works, okay? So this cannon rush is over pretty much. And now I'm just cleaning up. Going to target the photon cannon. Going to be making more marines. Again, got my awesome marines. They look all badass because I played a lot of Starcraft. So I've unlocked a few new things.
Ready to go.
And then I get my tank. Tanks in Legacy of the Void come with siege modes, so I just get it and I start blowing up those cannons.
Additional supply depots
Classic
required.
thing to know. And then I send some marines down to go deal with that pylon. But again, pylon runs to be a big issue. And this guy essentially decides how I'm going to play the game. All right.
You've built a fancier
So I'm
command
deciding.
center.
I'm like, okay, look. He went all in. He spent a lot of his money on pylons and photon cannons, and while I can't end the game right now, I'm like, I could probably pretty much try and shut him down, make it so we can't really build up an army. And that's kind of the key here. Again, I have marines coming out. Again, part of error on my part might have been not getting the reactor soon enough. But again, I'm kind of trying to stabilize because I was like, oh god, I don't want to lose a ladder match in, probably the worst way possible to lose.
Ready to roll out. SCV
So this is just going to be showing off, like, the cheese and As you'll see later in this game, there's some more cheese that I should have expected, but I just didn't think about it. I didn't realize it was a possibility at the time because I just wasn't thinking about it. So as you can see, just building tanks, building marines. Gonna be building that reactor finally so we can get massive marine production up, and I'm just gonna be doing my best to rebuild the wall off, get the gas, and I move out the first strike force. There's gonna be the first of many strike forces. And that's another thing, in my opinion, my biggest issue with Starcraft is knowing when to attack. You know, how do I know when he doesn't have a lot of stuff? Obviously, in this game, I knew he doesn't have a lot of stuff. However, this was a bit bad on my part. I should have pulled the marines back, had the tanks do the damage, because now these tanks, they're not necessarily going to be able to end the game. Now I can end the game.
Add-on is done.
This was a guy who actually knew how to do cannon rush and back it up. So he actually got zealots out, which was really annoying. So that was a bit unfortunate, but I just kind of queue up with all my extra money, all that, and I go ahead, you know, and I know that there's a pylon there, and I don't even bother sieging up because of his probes coming after my siege tank. I was trying to kill off that one pylon that was powering everything, but it didn't quite work out the way I wanted it to, which is a bit unfortunate. So then I just go back to my base, rebuild. You know, we rebuild. Everything's looking good. Gonna go ahead and try and get my upgrades when I can. Of course, as you can see, there's the engineering bay being thrown down right there, and then I'm going to throw in another barracks, so really, really solid play. Going to be thinking about how to expand soon, because of course, while I'm not going to expand super duper fast, I have to now assume it's going to be a longer game, because he held off. Because normally when you have a cannon rush, that's pretty much it. Normally they GG as soon as you beat the cannon rush. This guy, he's a gold player, you know, up in these higher ranks, obviously, didn't work. I mean, heck, he rushed me with a zealot to scout, and I was like, well, I just got a third tank, I may as well, you know, secure my base. So I'm thinking, what's this Protoss gonna do, right? He has a lot of the gateways. He can't support getting immortals, he can't support, you know, he just can't do certain things. He can do stalkers. And Stalkers was something I was worried about, and you'll eventually see me later do some Marauder tech, but it's interesting to think about how, you know, you go out and you attack with small groups you're just trying to wither him down, and I'm checking for expansion, because I need to know when is he getting his expansion. His expansion is very critical. Now I have 3 tanks, right? I'm getting more tanks. I'm just getting tanks. Because he's not doing aerial stuff, and that's really important. And you'll notice he tries to do something a little clever here, which I catch. I got lucky that I caught it, because I could have had a much worse time, but I noticed there's these zealots here. So I'm like, oh, well, you parked yourself behind the mineral line, and he targeted my tanks for some reason. So all my marines were able to help out, and I just got to march up. Now, sadly, there were cannons. It's a bit unfortunate. I do try and, like, target the pylon, but all for naught. And that's okay, because I killed off a large portion of Zilla, and if he tries to come after me, obviously I have a tank. I have, you know, tanks and marines. Tanks and marines are classic from StarCraft 1. That's like the combo. Used to be Vulture and tank, but I don't personally like Hellions that much against Protoss. I don't think Hellions are very useful. So I go ahead and I get my first attack upgrade done. And now I'm expanding.
You just upgraded your units!
And I'm not going to attack while I'm expanding, of course. Going to be getting more marines out. As you can see, I don't have my tech lab on my barracks yet. Again, he tried to attack for some reason. I don't quite know what he expected to achieve. I mean, obviously, I'm going to lose marines. Marines kind of squishy and kind of useless, but they're a good buffer. They're just there to be the meat shield for the tanks. The tanks are the ones who are doing the damage. So, again, just making a lot of tanks, making a lot of marines. Queuing up marines, really bad. Don't queue like I did. I was just kind of in a rush because I was like, oh god, I wanted to end the game. I was like, okay.
The add-on is finished, so you have no
excuse
excuse not to build something.
I want to make everything work out. So then I'm like, all right. He hasn't had stalkers yet, but they could be coming. He could outrange my marines. We should get marauders just so we can stay afloat. And I go ahead and I'm going to transfer some workers. Pretty typical stuff. A lot of base building.
Ready to go.
He keeps trying to send in these single attacks, but they're not really going to do anything.
SCV ready.
I don't quite know why he's doing it. Going to be making an armory as well, because we want to get those the tank upgrades so we can have
I remember when
good
this was
attacks.
all minerals. Now look at it.
could have good attacks. And,
SCV ready.
yeah, now the SCV transfer is going on. Said that a bit too soon. I don't have a complete wall off because I don't really need to. Kind of need to make sure, just making sure my supply's up. If you look in the Protoss, he has 23 supply, and I have I have 56. So I have a significant advantage over him. And I scan it, and I'm like, oh, there's just cannons, and he doesn't have any troops there. Those 24 SCV are probably probes, right? They're probably probes. So that's something interesting. So I'm like, well, may as well just go ahead and push. Now, I didn't realize at the time when I was pushing that he just wasn't building things. I don't know why he wasn't building things. But look at how high the Protoss gas is. I mean, just now he's starting to build. I mean, heck, if I had known he was at such low supply,
upgrade complete.
I would have pushed this army a lot sooner, honestly. And I look at it, and I'm thinking like, well, okay, let's just go and attack. 'Cause why not? You know, just building tanks. You know, I had a bit low money here, so I was kind of shifting my mineral focus up a bit. Getting that third gas probably wasn't necessary because I don't need, don't need that much gas. Because on 2 gas you can support, as long as you have the mineral expansion. You can support it just fine. And I only got like 3 Marauders here, so again, I wasn't expecting a lot. Now I expected to see an expansion here. There was no expansion, which makes me think he went AFK. I of course check up above. And then I'm going to do something kind of a bit more smart. So I'm going to move my tanks up, siege up, move my troops in a position to cover, and then I'm going to go back to my base, grab that, and I'm going to end up scanning here. I'm going to scan here. And that was suck. He made me blow up my own tank. That was really sad. Start cracking my way in. And now I push forward, and I target the pylon. I want to shut down his building of all of his stuff. And I did. I shut down a lot.
Upgrade complete.
And that was a pretty critical moment again. Building up Marines, go back to the base, build up Marauders. Have the tanks kind of held back in the siege mode. And I was kind of like, well, is this it? I mean, obviously, this has to be the end of the game, right? Turns out this is not the end of the cheese. There's more cheese coming. I even siege up, targeting the Nexus. Okay, let's get his base revealed. Let's see. Maybe obviously I knew he had to have another base at some point. I was like, well, we just gotta figure this out.
Mineral field depleted.
Start to move through here. Then I come back and I'm like, well, no, we should clear this out. I don't want to have more
buildings. Upgrade's done.
Less vision for him is important. I come over here thinking, oh, maybe there'll be probes over here. I'm going to take down all his tech structures, take down his pylons.
I remember when this was all minerals.
I'm going to do my best to limit him. And I'm just making another army, another secondary army. While this primary army is doing a pretty darn good job. Want to make sure we're stabilizing, of course, getting the tech. I have 2 attack for my Marines. Getting the armor. Building up. I have a lot of minerals. At this point, this is where you would want to add on a 3rd expansion or maybe get a barracks.
It's about to get heavy.
I go for 3rd expansion. Kind of move these tanks up to speed up the process of, blowing up the
Your army is getting hungry. Build them more depots.
And I realize, okay.
Your supply blocked. Might as well GG now.
Now that this is done, I got to think about where he could have gone. Where could he have expanded to?
Baby.
Now this is a 2-player map, but there is gold expansions. So I'm thinking, okay, let's just go down this trail and move. But sadly, they didn't fit. For some reason, they couldn't fit. So we go ahead and have to walk all the way around, which is kind of sad. And I'm going to kind of meet up my 2 armies in the middle.
It's about to get heavy.
And they'll work together. Of course, again, just spamming out Marines, because who knows what's coming. Spamming out Marauders, just spending my money. I'm just trying to spend my money. I got upgrades going. Everything's doing well. Going to be transferring workers down. And then I spot the base. I'm like, oh, here's the base. Makes sense.
It's on.
So I go
and
I move over to kill it. And I did see the probe escape, though. I don't think I didn't notice that. So I'm very much aware that a probe escaped, so I'm going to go ahead and move back up. Now combining my army into one giant force. You know, that should not be messed with.
You want a piece of me, boy?
It's go time.
So I'm thinking about it, I'm like, oh, maybe he came this way. So, because since I don't see it and I know there's no way he probably went in there, I double check, of course, since you never know.
Ready.
I'm like, okay. Okay. That
Upgrade's
means
done.
This better
it
be good.
has to be over here. Right, so I'm looking for ways to get in. I know I can't walk through that
Wow,
way.
you mined all those minerals
because
already.
of the
Look at you.
hitboxes of the
Guys
my
are empty.
tanks.
Time to move to your expansion. You
So-
did
Who
expand,
wants
right?
some?
I go ahead and just move over here because I'm like, okay, this is where he has to be. It's the only place it has to be. So, again, I'm just building more stuff, keeping my production up, marching out a giant army. Look at all those tanks. Now, this is bad.
Upgrade
having all these
complete.
tanks in a line, not that fun. And then I see the Void Ray, and I'm like, well, crap. I don't like seeing Void Rays. Void Rays aren't that fun. I get a bit bogged up here. A bit of my fault. So he doesn't target the Marines, so that's kind of good. So I get to keep my tanks. I noticed there's a Zealot here, so I can kill that.
Someone's trying to kill your SCV.
And
your
then
base
I
has
see
some
the attacks on my base, and I'm
uninvited
like,
guests.
screw it.
Let's have a
We're going in. We're doing it. I see Void Rays, I'm like, there's no way I can base this time. I have to base raid. So yes, that's right. There is another base raid. I don't know why I'm getting base raids so much, but it happened.
Your SCVs can't mine when they're dead.
I pick up a command center and I fly it away, and I kill off all the probes that I can. Once all the probes are gone, you know, he thinks he's totally, I'm gonna GG it. It's like, hell no, I'm not GG. Why would I do that? I have 2,000 minerals.
Was your base burning
Yeah,
to
my
the ground
supply
part of the
depots are
plan?
bad. Everything's going to crap, but you know, we got it now. We have it pretty much figured out. And this is going to be probably one of the funniest things I've
Your
ever
SCVs
seen
are being harassed.
in a
It's
game of
ruining
Starcraft. So
workplace morale.
I go up and I'm attacking here, you know, targeting the pylon, shut those down, blow up every single
I see
structure.
minerals. I see
I'm gonna
gas. I
be
see
smart this
SCV
time.
harass.
And then I realize, oh crap,
Your
he's
SCVs
building
are being
a base.
harassed. It's ruining workplace morale.
He's building a base near on his expansion. I'm like, well, crap. So for some reason they can funnel through this way though, which is good because this is the only reason I'm able to win this game actually, because I don't have to go all the way around. So I can see him. He abandons what's left of my base. He's coming after me. I move as close as I can. Then I hear. Now I don't know why he didn't start spamming out pylons.
little world of hurt.
Boom, I kill his last building. And I end it. And that's the game. So just think about that, right? If we go back to the beginning, I'm gonna restart it. Go to everyone. Let's see kind of what he's doing here. What's he doing? So he builds up. Obviously, we're not gonna rewatch the photon cannon stuff. Let's go into his view. Cause I like going into the view of my opponents. I think that's really nice. Let's switch the colors over, so he's gonna be the red player. Because he was red in this game. So all this crap happens, right? He deals with it. Then we're gonna slow it down a bit. So he goes and he builds his gateway. So I want to talk about the mind of a guy who's doing cheese. Cheese, like, look at this. He panics. He spams gateways. He has all these extra minerals because he doesn't have gas. A Protoss with no gas, very weak.
Our pylon is under attack.
Heck, he hasn't even gotten.
Our pylon
I mean, maybe
is
he's
under
doing the
attack.
research for it. Yeah, production. He's just getting gateways. He's not getting warp gate, which means he's going to be making pretty slow. Pretty slow amount. He doesn't have a cybernetics core, so he
pylon is
can't get
under
stalkers.
attack.
He actually has no way to achieve stalkers right now. And heck, if I wasn't so smashed up, thanks to how good. I mean, it was a pretty damn good cannon rush. I mean, it didn't win him the game, but you know, it happened. Now, I'm a firm believer that you never give up in StarCraft. Never ever give up in StarCraft. Ever. So he's built it. We're gonna speed it up a bit. This was a bit of a longer game, so because I'm kind of curious. I haven't looked myself to see when he went out and expanded. I'm curious when that happened. So he builds those 2 zealots. And if I do remember, I think those are the 2 zealots that will come after my base. obviously he has to know that I'm rebuilding and fixing it all up. I mean, if we look at his vision over here, this is what he sees, right? He can see that I have buildings and it's pretty much in a shamble. At about the 5-minute mark, you know, I'm moving on, right? So he gets attacked, right? We see this happen. He gets lucky with that third zealot popping out. Zealots are beastly. All right, I'll just admit that. Zealots are beastly. He's got the cool skin for the zealot. He sends over his probes. If he didn't, that would have been it. Honestly, that was a good play. You should. That was the completely correct choice. Gonna have to remanage that. And then he sends the zealot out. I don't know why. Why is he sending the zealot out? It's not gonna do anything. I don't know what he expected. Did he think I wouldn't have stuff? I don't know. Anyway, he sends his zealot all the way across the map, and he starts building his cannon. Makes sense. Makes sense. Let's speed it up a bit more. Let's speed it up. You know, some kind of, you know, we're just kind of showing off what it's like. What do you do after you cheese? Essentially, after you cheese, I mean, I can see what he's doing here. He's piling up to attack me from behind. It makes sense. Unfortunately, he wasn't hitting enough, so that'll happen. Obviously, we have this fight. Wanted to kill a tank. I guess I'll try and play, but photon cannon. Photon cannon. This is a solid wall. This is tough to beat. So he's gonna charge me, and of course, it's not like I stopped building. You know, it's not as if I would. Why would I ever stop building troops? You know, that's ridiculous. And if you look, oh, he's already moving over in about 8 minutes. The game was 17 minutes long, and he's already started building this stuff in about 9 minutes. He was expanding to the goal long before I took over his base, which makes sense because there's no way he would have done it otherwise. Obviously, he becomes aware of the scan. I wonder what is he thinking about. Let's see. Let's take it from his perspective. Let's view him. So he's building some robotic facilities. I don't know what he's doing. He's transferring. That's good. I mean, he's reestablishing a second base. And ideally, right, you come over here and you have these bases, and you're going to be expanding, and everything's going to be nice. So he sees the tanks, he sends it out. What do you yeah. Where are his units? He only has 32 probes.
Our pylon is under attack.
His units are probes. Now I know I'm speeding it up a bit again still. But he, again, so then he cheeses, he decides, okay, let's just do Stargates. That ought to work.
Base is under attack.
So his base is getting attacked and he just doesn't care, I guess. Okay. So he's not too worried about that. Again, building up the photon cannons there. Gonna be protecting those rocks. Now I don't know why he ended up destroying his own rocks. That's something I'm a bit curious about. So I'm hoping I'm gonna get to see that. Yeah, he's just building up defense. He thinks I'm gonna walk through that way, even though I'm not. Why does he destroy? Why would he destroy it? Right, because that's a direct indicator to me that something's wrong.
Base is under attack.
His base gets attacked and he just kind of moves them away. I don't know what happens to those probes. It's not like it's that big of a deal.
Prismatic core online.
Perhaps he's thinking about expanding again. But he opens it up for me. Which is crazy to think about. It's crazy. So he pretty much just hides all his probes. And, I mean, I guess he doesn't want to lead his probes back.
Under attack. Mineral field depleted.
All his probes are under attack. And look, there's really not that many probes, alright? Like, if I had left my army there and I hadn't attacked right when I did, I would have killed all of those void. Really, I wouldn't have. Because my Marines had the attack over it. That's the thing. So he's killing it. He's killing it. And I guess he...
Base is under attack.
He's not going to go ahead and do more stuff. I guess he's really supposed to do it. I mean, it's cool. I mean... But he lost his entire base. And now he's like, oh no. He saw my building flying over. So he built a pylon up above. But then he's gonna... that was close. He almost continued the game. Actually, I didn't realize this. I clutched. I didn't know that. So that was good. So that's why, again, you want to be speedy, and you gotta... Starcraft is a fast game. I mean, it's about having a lot of stuff, but it's still a very fast game. I mean, look, if we're gonna go the everyone cam, you know, I had a lot of stuff. I had the command center, but I had 2,000 minerals backing me, right? He had no buildings. No buildings. These void rays, they're slow. They're slow, and he thinks this is it. I mean, he saw my base fly overhead, but I mean, look, if you come down here, you know, I got more troops over here. You know, there are troops. I mean, there's guys. So it's not like this is anything, You know, when you have no units, you have 7 Void Rays. I have 26 Marines. And the Marines have 2/2 upgrades. Now, maybe they're not all the most healthy Marines, but they're putting out damage of 8. Putting out 8 damage. And they have a DPS of 0.61. So that means they're doing 8 damage in less than a second. Their Marines shoot incredibly fast in this game. And that's one of the reasons why I wasn't, Void Rays, they're okay, but if I was Protoss, I would have gone like Immortals or something to deal with the tanks. You know what I mean? Maybe Colossus. Honestly, Colossus might have been better for him to use, but I don't know what he was doing. So anyway, that's how you deal with cheese in a sense. If you want me to look at more cheese, I can cheese myself, and I can show you how to cheese if you want. If that's something you're interested in, I like focusing on ladder matches, and the next game should hopefully be a little bit more of a standard match where we can talk about build orders, talk a little bit more about the more complex parts of StarCraft. But I wanted to get this kind of video out of the way, just so I could kind of show off kind of how it works, Anyway, guys, I hope you all enjoyed. As always, I'm Elwirfy, and I'll see you guys next time.